This girl was moments away from becoming another tragic statistic, one of millions of forgotten African children. But fate had a shocking twist in store. 17 years ago, a malnourished Ethiopian baby named Zahara was plucked from an orphanage and placed into the arms of Hollywood royalty, Angelina Jolie. Overnight, her world transformed from crushing poverty to red carpet glamour. But don't be fooled, this Cinderella story wasn't all fairy tale endings. What really happened behind the scenes? Why did Zahara's adoption spark international controversy? And where is she now, 17 years later? Has she found peace? Has she embraced her unique destiny? Stick around, the truth will surprise you. The harsh reality of Ethiopia. Ethiopia remains one of Earth's most impoverished nations. Today, over 4 million orphans fight for survival, begging for food, drinking polluted water, and sleeping on dirt floors. Among them in 2005 was 6-month-old Zahara. Emaciated and frail, she languished in an orphanage with no future. Statistically, she faced 2 grim paths: death from malnutrition or disease, a life of brutal labor, likely harvesting sugarcane for pennies a day. Then, without warning, Hollywood intervened. Angelina's life-changing decision. At the peak of her fame, Angelina Jolie did something shocking. She adopted Zahara while still single, already parenting her Cambodian-born son, Maddox. But here's what few know. Zahara wasn't actually an orphan. Explosive revelation coming in part 2. Initial reports claimed her mother died post-birth from AIDS or hemorrhaging. Her only living relative? A grandmother surviving on $9 per month in a collapsing shack. Why this story is important? Beyond the fame and fortune, this is a story about the stark contrast between 2 realities, the challenges of bridging cultural divides, one woman's journey to define her own future, a child caught between 2 worlds. But what did Zahara's family think? When her grandma learned her granddaughter would be raised by a Hollywood star, no anger, no regret, just quiet relief. This 45-year-old woman, who'd never held a pen, never opened a book, whose world stretched only to her village, her family, and the burden of survival. She made one humble request through tears. Just send a picture of my granddaughter so I can remember her and those beautiful brown eyes. Her words reveal a heartbreaking truth, a silent agreement with a fate she couldn't change. How cruel is a world where love means letting go, surrendering your own child because you can't survive together. A world where a mother's heart must choose between love and survival. But against all odds, Zahara escaped that cycle. If she'd stayed in her village, statistics say she'd be among the 63% of Ethiopian women who can't even write their name. A statistic that could have defined her life. Hauling water instead of textbooks, sleeping on dirt, not satin. That $1-a-day life would have been her world. A life limited by circumstance, bound by tradition, and shadowed by hardship. But destiny had other plans. Within days, a private jet carried Zahara from dust to palm trees, from Awassa to Los Angeles. A world away, a lifetime apart. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt gave her more than wealth. They gave her a family. A chance at a life she could never have imagined. The world watched as baby Zahara became Zahara Jolie-Pitt. But no fairy tale is perfect. From the moment she landed, Zahara became international property. A figure scrutinized, photographed, and dissected. Paparazzi laid siege, cameras flashing like weapons. Tabloids printed lies. The most painful, they'd returned Zahara to Ethiopia, exploiting her family's poverty. A cruel and baseless lie, but a stinging reminder of the chasm between worlds. The media storm worsened when reporters made a shocking discovery. Zahara's birth mother wasn't dead. A truth long hidden, now brought to light. Mentwabi Dawit emerged, with a truth more painful than any rumor. Zahara was conceived through violence, an attack she couldn't resist. In Ethiopia's society, such trauma carries double shame. The crime unpunished, the victim outcast. A victim silenced, judged, and abandoned. Keeping the pregnancy secret was her only option. The only way to protect herself, and perhaps her child. This changed everything. The narrative twisted, the questions deepened, and the comfortable story became something far more complex. What started as a rescue now carried uncomfortable questions. Did the world celebrate this orphan's salvation too quickly? How many adoption stories hide similar complexities? The cameras never showed these difficult truths. They were too busy chasing the perfect Hollywood ending. The story took another complex turn when Mentwabi revealed the full circumstances of Zahara's birth. After delivering her baby at home, the young mother faced an impossible choice. She couldn't provide even the most basic nourishment. With heavy heart, she entrusted the infant to her own mother, Zahara's grandmother. In 2007, Mentwab made a surprising public statement. "I have never disputed my baby's adoption by Angelina Jolie. My daughter is blessed to be raised by such a famous woman. I wish them both every success." These words carried both resignation and hope. Meanwhile, Zahara was blossoming in her extraordinary new world. The Jolie-Pitt household grew into a vibrant, multicultural family, with Angelina adopting another child and giving birth to 3 biological children. Zahara found herself at the center of a loving sibling group of 6. But just as she turned 12 in 2017, her past resurfaced dramatically. Mentwab, through the Daily Mail, made an emotional plea. "Please just let me talk to my daughter." This sudden request created waves, but ultimately Zahara maintained no contact. As the saying goes, family isn't defined by blood, but by who stands by you through life. Zahara's connection to Ethiopia remains strong through carefully curated visits. A particularly meaningful moment came in 2019 when she met with Ethiopia's groundbreaking first female president. Their discussions of national heritage and women's empowerment showed how Jolie nurtured her daughter's cultural roots while protecting her from potentially destabilizing encounters. Now at 17, Zahara has grown into the quiet powerhouse of the family. While avoiding the scandals that sometimes surround celebrity children, she's carved her own impressive path, launched a jewelry collection showcasing African designs, lent her voice to Meng Meng in Kung Fu Panda 3, partnered with her mother on humanitarian projects, earned admission to the prestigious Spelman College. Jolie beams with maternal pride, reflecting, "Zahara is my daughter, but first and foremost she is a strong African woman." Angelina reflects with visible pride. 17 years ago, a helpless infant fighting for survival in an Ethiopian orphanage. Today, a Spelman College student, jewelry designer, and voice actress, breaking barriers. The debate continues. Some criticize the adoption as unnecessary, while others celebrate this extraordinary second chance. Now we turn to you. Should Zahara reach out to her biological mother one day? Share your perspective in the comments below. For more inspiring stories of transformation, be sure to subscribe. As Zahara's journey proves, sometimes destiny's greatest gifts come from the most unexpected places.